Attention! Go!
So that's a clean start from both crews as they race their way halfway down Temple Island. The Molesey crew just drifts over towards Tideway Scullers, and you can see Boris Rankov warning them straight away. There's a course correction, that'll cost them a few inches.
Yeah, that's the last thing you want early on in the race, especially a final. The last thing you want to do is touch the rudder, but that seems to be a common thing with crews on the kind of Buckinghamshire side, is that they feel the island coming closer and they move away from it.
Well, that's a handy lead to have, and Liam Tuston, who is at the right of the boat, he's the steersman. Ali Douglas, the ex-Hampton School, University of Surrey man, in the stroke seat. Real talent. He's probably the most talented guy in the boat, done very well in the lightweight singles trials, and will probably be at the under-23 lightweight singles world championships.
Yeah, that looks very physical. I'm going to say it looks physical. It doesn't look slick to me. There's a lot of effort going into that to get that margin. So I just hope they haven't gone out crazily and they're going to hit that rhythm soon and just stay relaxed.
Well, talk about what physical. I know, I remember you once saying that Pete Reed said rowing's like lifting a fridge up over your head and then banging it down and lifting up, and you said, I don't recognise that. Well, how do you see the Tideway Scullers crew rowing, Mark?
Yeah, it just looks a little bit slicker. They're placing the blade and moving, where if you look at Molesey, it's very upper body orientated, the way they put the blade in, and then they really seem to lift up their back very early, so they're not as dynamic as they could be.
So I think if Tom Gale listens to this commentary, he'll be very pleased on those words, because the Tideway Scullers coach loves to coach his crews to row slick and smooth. Does a lot of work. Mid-season, he takes his crews away where most other crews are racing. They go down to Brive, the training camp in the south of France, to work on that technique. And you can see, just when the Tideway Scullers crew put their blades into the water, that there's just the grip straight away. There's very little effort putting their blades in. And perhaps that's different for the men in black Molesey, but it's the men in black who lead.
Yeah, and it's the thing we talk about. You know, everybody has a way of moving and the technique they want to do, but as long as you're doing it all together, that's the important thing. You've all got to buy into a certain technique. But if it's a physical way of moving that you're really using a lot of energy and it's not slick, especially into these conditions, in this headwind, it does drain you and take it out of you. So it'll be interesting to see how the middle part of this race, as both crews hit their race pace and base pace speed in the middle, whether they can maintain that physicality of the way they're moving. So
the scene 1/3 of the way down the course. On your left, it's Molesey Boat Club. On your right, Tideway Scullers. The final of the Club Fours, the Wyfold Challenge Cup. Let's give a name check to both crews. Molesey, Liam Tuston, Chris Ray, Harry Glenister and Ali Douglas in the stroke seat. Molesey are now on your left as we fly over the crews. And then the Scullers crew, Adam Riddler, he's closest to you in the bow seat. In front of him, the Pole, Adam Ladowski. Then it's Nate O'Reilly, the strong servant at Tideway Scullers Rowing Club, down there just by Chiswick Bridge. You see it as you go over the bridge on your right-hand side into London. It's there, nestling under the bridge, and in the stroke seat, of course, Stuart Heap. And my son is a great member and fan, of course, of Tideway Scullers Rowing Club, and he and hundreds of other Tideway Scullers aficionados are cheering their hearts out for their crew. But Molesey are predominating.
And this is a really important part of the race, and they've just come through Fawley. If Molesey keep moving out, Tideway Scullers are going to find this very hard to get back on terms. They must maintain contact so they can feel the crew beside them and then gradually inch up. Once they lose contact, normally at Henley the race is over, especially in a final. You must maintain contact so you can feel the other crew there.
So the two-man, he's one from the left of your picture, just out of the bows. Chris Ray, he's the strongest on the ergometer, the 2K ergometer test. You see him there. He's now two from the right. He can pull a 6:01 for 2,000 metres. So he's seeing 1:30 splits for those of you familiar with the rowing machine in the gymnasium.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mark, average of the crew around about between 6:08 to 6:10 for the 2K test.
Yeah, and that's really important in these sort of conditions. With someone with that power, the boat's moving slower, so they can really engage that power and really kind of move the boat past the point of contact with the water. So, you know, this is where Molesey are really starting to open up, because they have that power in the middle section of the boat. So, and as you've seen, Tideway Scullers have lost contact, and that's the one thing you do not want to do at Henley when it's one-on-one.
So there will be crestfallen faces behind following the umpire's launch. On the left, it's the yellow and red blades. From the Chiswick Club, Tideway Scullers. one of the famous names in world rowing, Alan Campbell's club. Ahead of them, it's the Surrey club, Molesey Boat Club. Just putting together the funding for that fantastic rowing tank and gymnasium they're building behind the club, and had a gift of, I think, some £20,000 from Henley Stewards, which is amazingly generous to help a club which is so supportive of the whole community's rowing programme, Mark.
And that's the great thing about the charitable trust that we have at Henley, is that they give money back to the sport, to help things, to engage the sport, and just make sure there's opportunities and facilities available for people to participate in the sport.
So all those weekend sessions on rowing, the training sessions they've done by themselves, Ali Douglas in the stroke seat there. There go Molesey past us, Liam Tustin on the right of your picture, Chris Ray, the big ergo man, Harry Glenister in the 3-seat, and Ali Douglas. They have used their power to good effect. Their coach Franz Infield will be delighted with the way his programme has worked, and Tideway Scullers perhaps have been outpowered. We're still looking at their excellent technique, and Stuart Heap is really putting his all in there, and Nate O'Reilly, they haven't given up on this race yet, Mark.
Yeah, they won't give up, well, not after last year, but the kind of strength and size of the Molesey boat is really paying into their hands with this type of condition. So they're really making the most of it, getting the blade in, getting their strength and power on, really propelling that boat past the point of contact.
I'm so pleased for Molesey Boat Club and the stalwart president, Dickie Knight, who was given an MBE for all his fundraising and charity work. The former Olympic silver medalist from the 1964 Olympics. His son does so much work for Molesey Boat Club too. Those are the names that will be smiling all over their faces as the Molesey men look round for the finish line. Liam Tustin looks round. That's how much effort he's put in. You row this course 100 times and you still don't know where the finish line is, Mark.
Yeah, especially when normally there's no one around when you're trained on it. So there's always people, and it kind of, your vision gets blurred of where the markers are. So what a fantastic performance. They're really committed to that.
Molesey take the Wyfolds. Ali Douglas raises his arms. Yes, Tideway Scullers, it's heartache for the second year in a row. They rode a fantastic race, but the power of Molesey took them through to victory.